look up any interview about some Olympian, and like 9 out of 10 times, they're like some kid who like did not want to do it and was bred by like rich parents to do it.
You gotta start them young.
Yeah, like there are parents that like will have a kid and be like, gold medal, and they're like they're not even out yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I'm all nature versus nurture is a cool concept, but like you, like, you know how bad? Can you imagine having a kid be like rowing? This is my kid's life, rowing.
Oh,
Rowing.
no.
They're like 5. Come on, row
Yeah.
row the boat.
Yeah.
Dad, can I don't know what my favorite color is yet. You're gonna row.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a champion.
And you want to know what? A lot of these athletes, like, once they start making the money to do all this stuff, they only have like a short like span of that career because they started off not even liking that sport anyway, but they're making money, and once they get the money, they call it quits after like a few years.
I think to be the best
because they don't like it, you know.
It's a job. You got to be the best of the best. You got to do something you don't like, and that's why they're the best. They're doing something they don't like every fucking day, and they're training to do like like what Muhammad Ali and I think Mike Tyson talked about, like they hated every second of training, like every second. They were like, "Fuck this, I don't want to do this shit." But like, I think Ali said that. He goes, "I hated every minute of training." He goes, "I hated every minute." He goes, "I never liked it," and he's like, "But I knew." Like it was, if the feeling of knocking someone out on live TV was so good that it didn't really matter. Yeah. But what I'm getting at, to go with your point, I think it's because one, you got to do something, you got to be disciplined as fuck, and you got to be you got to be a dork about it. You got to be a nerd about it. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm a fucking dork, and I'm a nerd about combat sports, about striking. Like,
yeah, but like as long as you're focused, you could be the like one of the greats at it.
No, I think
it's all about focus.
I think the drop off
I ain't got
is
no
when they party
for anything. Wait, what?
I think it's a short span because you can only be so good, and you have a peak. No matter, even if it's not combat, right? Like Tiger Woods, everyone freaked out when he won the whatever championship, because he didn't win it for so long. Yeah, and like that's insane to come back and do that because that doesn't, and that's insane because that does
Masters,
not happen. Yeah, that does not like. You can even compare it to boxing and shit like that, or the UFC, whatever. There's certain belts, the WBO, the WBA, but there's a million belts in boxing. There's a million, but there's like the top 5, 6, 7, which is so weird to have be a world champion, but like 7 worlds, whatever. But then there's like, I don't even know, man. It gets so complicated. But that's what when Mike Tyson or whatever, when he has all 8 belts and he's defending him looking like a gangster. Like those all 8 belts, that's 8 belts, bro. Those are like 20 pounds each, literally and figuratively. You can only do that for so long, me brother. Like to execute people. If you're the best of the best and you make it look like nothing, like everybody knows that's like 5 years. If you're in the NFL, it's less than that. Yeah. How long can you be the best at taking a high speed car accident every other week? Like, you know what I mean? But that's what makes it sick. But then I don't know. The only thing I only know the OGs. Like, turn it back to when Lawrence Taylor was around. Imagine being a quarterback when Lawrence Taylor was around,
fucking scary,
and just being
man.
like, I hope he doesn't snap my leg, like the other guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, back then, like there weren't that many like rules and regulations on like safety and things like that. So if you were a mobile quarterback at that time. That was really fucking scary because the thing is, a lot of quarterbacks back then were all like pocket passers. They didn't want to go out in the field where all these monsters were gonna literally like target their head. Nowadays, it's like they don't like there's a lot of rules surrounded by safety. And there's a lot of quarterbacks are running around and everything. And I mean like there's there's scarier guys now than Lawrence Taylor, but. The thing is, they can't do as much as Lawrence Taylor can do. So
I think they knew this was going to happen.
What?
I think when steroids was first introduced, or not even steroids. Like people in the 50s would, I don't know, eat a stick of butter for breakfast or some shit. I don't know. No, what their nutrition was horrible. You know, for a long time around the world when we first started canning stuff. Lead paint. Like we were eating ice cream out of lead paint bowls and shit like that. Yeah. So these guys who put $1 million into their body, like LeBron puts $1 million into his body every year. Yes. I bet you these NFL guys, I bet you they're looking at that like that's it. because those guys are getting fucked
Yeah,
up. Those
yeah.
guys are probably putting two like
They're more it's more contact.
Yeah.
In NFL than they are in basketball.
like these
For real.
guys must, because these guys at the top of the NFL, like the guys who own billion-dollar things, they're smart. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, dude, these guys are only getting better and better.
Yeah.
like, and like these guys getting smashed. Like
I think,
if
but
we don't do anything, like the quarterbacks are gonna be dead. Like they're not gonna
for real.
they're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Like imagine like just if they got rid of all the rules now with what they do to these people aren't barely even human. They are superhuman.
For real.
Like,
For real.
and if they're even if they, oh you're a little concussed, you're hurt. We got money on this game, you piece of shit. Here's 5 codeine, get back in.
Yeah.
Like even if you can't do it, they're like, we've bred you to be an unkillable machine.
Yeah.
I know your Achilles is torn, but you can still do it. We
I
know you
gotta
can.
give I gotta give Brady credit where credit's due, and if anybody knows me, like giving Brady any sort of credit is like not like me. But he's been doing it for many years since 2000. And like the thing is, back in those times, you can hit hard, like
Yeah.
back then. Now it's like more easier, but like still, like for him to do it back then and still be doing it now. Supposedly, I heard that this might be his actual last. I know he's like
Wait,
he
you heard from his
retired.
wife who went to the island.
Yeah, well, no, but like this is supposedly his last year.